today. A lot of key guys out of the lineup.
And for Gary Kubiak's Texans, Andre Johnson is back after missing last week's game. Houston has won the toss. Lawrence Tynes will get things started for the Giants. Steve Slayton back deep for the Texans, and we are underway. Opening kickoff is taken at the 4 by Slayton. Out to the 23-yard line. As last year's Pro Bowl MVP Matt Schaub, who led the league in passing yards last season, leads the Texans offense out to the field.
Well, he led the NFL in passing yards last year, but I'm sure if you ask Matt Schaub how happy he is to have the NFL's #1 rushing attack, he's going to be very, very pleased. It poses such a problem for any defense coming in here now that you have to respect this running game that was really non-existent last year for the Texans.
Arian Foster leads the NFL in rushing over the first 4 weeks. On 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line off the play fake to Foster. Schaub dumps it off. First down and more for the tight end Owen Daniels, who gains 20 before he's finally brought down by Antrell Roll.
And this is a very simple offense that the Houston Texans run. It's a zone blocking scheme. Here's your skill position players, as Tony mentioned, Andre Johnson. I'll second that, the best receiver in the NFL. The tight end group here is very strong, but here's the key. This group up front, very, very good in their run blocking. They are able to use play action, the bootleg series off of those looks. It's very effective.
Johnson split out to the left from the 43-yard line on first down. Schaub looking Johnson's way, and the pass was batted back by Chris Canty.
That's what that defensive line has to do. Take a look at him right here. That defensive line needs to get their hands up on Schaub and knock some balls down like we just saw. That could really be a big factor in this game.
I think one of the keys, Tony, is going to be this group right here. How do they match up against the tight ends and against the running backs in coverage? And there's the group that's going to be responsible, not only Andre Johnson, but, you know, let's not forget about Kevin Walter. They've got some other people that can get down the field and make some plays.
Empty backfield for the Texans on 2nd and 10. Schaub in trouble, loses the football. And it's covered up back at the 40-yard line after the hit on Schaub by Osi Umenyiora.
Well, this is a rhythm offense. It's going to be a 3-step drop, and that ball needs to come out. Rashad Butler is going to be going against Osi Umenyiora all day. A little push right there. Matt Schaub stronger with the ball in the pocket. This giant defensive line is as good as any group in the NFL at not just getting to the quarterback and getting him to the ground, but also knocking the ball out.
Yeah, they attack the ball. That's one great thing that they do.
First sack today for the Giants, who came in tied for the league lead with 16, 10 last week. Schaub to Foster. Nothing. Loss of 4 back at the 36-yard line. Umenyiora and Barry Cofield made the tackle.
And they are going to be running a bunch today. That defensive line for the New York Giants, they're going to be up the field in pass rush. You're going to have to retrace on those screens. That was a nice job right there, because you remember the big play to Owen Daniels earlier in this drive. There was nobody in the outside to defend that screen. Much better that time.
Matt Turk back at his own 22-yard line. Giants have struggled in the return game. Darius Reynaud will field the punt back at the 14-yard line. Penalty marker. Good return by Reynaud out to the 29, a return of 15 yards.
Well, as a player on the punt return team, number one, you've got to be able to stay with your guy. If you're one of the guys that's chasing downfield to get the block, you've got to put yourself in a position where it's not a block in the back. And if you don't get to that spot, then you have to let him go and just trust that your returner is going to make the first guy miss.
And then go and find somebody else.
This has been an Achilles heel for the Giants to start the season. Field position.
During the return, illegal block in the back, 24 of the return team. At the distance to the goal. First down.
Terrell Thomas, the guilty Giant. So the Giants pin deep in their own territory.
Game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Back in Houston, our first look at the Giants offense and the Texans defense. Giants start from their own 9-yard line following the penalty during the punt return. Eli Manning handing off to Ahmad Bradshaw, and he is taken down back at the 6-yard line. Loss of 3 on the Giants' first play from scrimmage.
And this group really needs to step up today. They had some opportunities last week with field position created by their defense against the Giants. And when you have 9 sacks in the first half and only 3 points, you're not holding up your end of the bargain. Adam Coates gets the start at center. Sean O'Hara still battling that leg injury, ankle injury. It's going to be key against this Houston Texan front four. They're very athletic. You saw that on the opening snap.
There, Pasco shifts into the backfield, starting at fullback for Madison Hedgecock. On 2nd and long, Eli Manning from his own end zone. Incomplete, intended for Pasco.
You better not let number 31 get you lined up in his sights. One of the more physical players in the secondary for the Houston Texans, playing behind this group right here. Mario Williams, a lot of talk about him. You better watch Antonio Smith. Tom Coughlin loves his inside move. Brian Cushing back after a 4-game suspension. He's ready to play. And there's that group in the back. Troy Nolan gets the start for Eugene Wilson. Bernard Pollard. There's certain people, when you watch on film, that pre-snap, you might want to locate them. Number 31 is one of those types of safeties. You should know where he is at the snap of the ball.
Timeout called by Eli Manning. So when we return, a 3rd and 14 on the Giants' opening drive.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Giants burn their first time out early. It is loud. With the roof closed here in Houston, 3rd down and 14. Manning over the top, dropped by Ahmad Bradshaw.
That's one of the things that Eli Manning talked about where his offense is struggling. It's the physical mistakes, not mental mistakes. They're not missing assignments or doing things wrong from the playbook standards, but actually the physical mistakes, drop passes, fumbles, things that are within their control. He feels that they should be able to be corrected more quickly than a mental mistake, but they've started the game again today with a couple of drops, trying to get out of some bad field position.
Here is the rookie punter out of East Carolina, Matt Dodge, who has been inconsistent, received a vote of confidence from Tom Coughlin this week. Takes a bit of a Giants roll, scooped up by David Anderson, and he is knocked out of bounds by Dave Tollefson. 50-yard punt, good field position for the Texans.
Today's game is sponsored by the new Ford Edge. The world has never seen a crossover quite like this. By Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And by Warner Brothers Pictures Hereafter. In theaters everywhere October 22nd.
Well, next Saturday, after a memorable first round, the National League's 2 best teams will take the field and go head-to-head in Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. Fox Sports exclusive coverage of the NLCS begins Saturday at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific in high def. Phillies with a 2-games-to-none lead on the Reds. Braves and Giants even at 1 game apiece in the division series. Marion Foster out to the 49-yard line. Gain of 4.
And actually, first down is going to be one of the more key downs this afternoon. We all talk about 3rd down production and being able to get another set of downs. But the way that the Houston Texans are able to convert so much on 3rd down is they stay ahead of the change. They get into a lot of 3rd and medium, actually a lot of 3rd and short. So the battle on 1st down and then being able to call all types of plays on 2nd down is going to be something the Giants will have to contend with today.
From the 49-yard line. It's Foster again up the middle into Giants territory to the New York 47 as we check in on the Bears and the Panthers with Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles. Kurt?
Of course, Jay Cutler is out with an injury, so Todd Collins now starting at quarterback, and so the Bears go back to running the football. Matt Forte, 18-yard score against Carolina, and they lead at 7-3. Kenny, that's the Bears' first rushing touchdown since week 13 of last year.
Wow, thanks, Kurt. Both Jay Cutler and Todd Collins knocked out of the game by the Giants on Sunday night.
And the Houston Texans got to watch that film, so Gary Kubiak didn't get to enjoy his victory over the Oakland Raiders very long. He heard that the Giants had 10 sacks as he was flying home.
Job on 3rd down and 4, and that Giants defense gets a hand on another one.
Pretty impressive because that was right where the Houston Texans wanted to be. You see that 3rd down area, 3rd and 4. That's a great down and distance for them. That's what they like to do during the course of the game. But Tony talked about this. They're getting their hands up. They're blocking those throwing lanes of Matt Schaub.
Turk to punt for the 2nd time. On his own 42-yard line. Fair catch. Called for it. Raynard lost it. Looks like Chase Blackburn is at the bottom of the pile. Giants special teams captain Blackburn on the recovery at the 15. There's a new way to play fantasy football. Make real-time substitutions in a 20-minute fast-paced game. New games start every 15 minutes. Play now at foxsports.com/live. Giants start from their own 15-yard line, their 2nd offensive possession. And Manning's pass is caught by Ramses Barden. Takes it out to the 23-yard line. Gain of 8, first reception this season for the Giants' 3rd-round pick last year.
And even though the way the Giants are built, they like to run the ball, establish that, force the defense to stop them, then work their passing game. Off of that, this Houston Texans pass defense is the last in the NFL. So you have to take advantage where your matchups. They may be forced to throw the ball a little bit more than they would like, but that's where the mismatches are going to appear during the course of the game.
And they had 4 wide receivers in that last play. They changed up now.
2nd down and 2. Manning fires downfield to the tight end, Kevin Boss. At the 42-yard line, a Giants 1st down, gain of 19.
Well, you hear coaches talk about things that are necessary for a quarterback. Courage in the pocket is one of them. You're going to see Kevin Boss get open. You're like, wow, he's wide open. You know, what happened to the throw? It's behind him. It's low. Makes him go down. Eli Manning has got 2 people bearing down on him in the pocket. Hangs in there, gets that ball out.
On the 42-yard line, Bradshaw spins away from Mario Williams. Terrific 2nd effort. 1st down and more. Down the sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds at the Houston 35-yard line. 23 yards for the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Ahmad Bradshaw.
You've got to wrap him up. He breaks tackles. He can make really, really great cuts. Let's see, this play is designed to go to the left. Now watch, nothing there. Plant the foot, bounce off. Now you come outside, and what do you get? You get Hakeem Nicks working. He's working down the field. If you're going to have big runs, you've got to have blocking down the field by your wide receivers. Watch him, Kareem Jackson here. He almost gets 2. He almost gets Troy Nolan also.
Ahmad Bradshaw leads the league in runs of 20 or more yards. That is his 7th in 5 games. On the Texans 35, Manning to Steve Smith. At the 29-yard line, gain of 6.
Andre Johnson getting a little bit of extra tape. Now he had a high ankle sprain earlier this season, played through the Dallas game with it, was not able to go in Oakland last week. Said he felt good. We saw him at practice Friday. He did look. It didn't look like it was affecting him at all.
Brian Cushing grew up in New Jersey, right in the Giants' backyard. Looking down at 4, the toss to Bradshaw. Bradshaw tackled at the 26-yard line. Gain of 2. Zach Dials made the stop.
One thing you see from this Texas defense is they run to the ball. Now, Dal, you pointed out earlier they missed tackles, but this defense goes, they know where the ball's going, and you see them all running. With the way that the Giants have been hurting themselves with turning the ball over and the ball's been out there, this defense is going to be very aggressive in trying to get that ball back from them.
Now you saw Hakeem Nicks earlier on a block downfield. He got a cornerback and a safety. Unfortunately for Steve Smith, he had to go get D'Amico Ryans, a linebacker. So always check the number on the front of that jersey before you crack.
Brandon Jacobs in the backfield takes the handoff on 3rd and 1 and picks up a Giants first down.
Well, he's running with that forward lean that you want to see, Goose, but he's got to get those feet picked up. He might have got a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, last week we talked about Brandon Jacobs, and you know, he had that fumble in the 4th quarter, and then you saw a different Brandon Jacobs, the way that you would think that he would be running, coming off, running, leaning forward. That was the best I saw him running, you know, in a long time last week in the 4th quarter. So hopefully he'll carry that over into today's game.
From the 21-yard line on first down, the wide receiver screen to Hakeem Nicks. And Nicks takes it inside the 10 and picks up a Giants first down, forced out at the 6-yard line after a gain of 15.
Oh, what a nice job by his offensive lineman getting out there. This is a quick screen out into the flat. Watch, you're going to just come off the ball a little bit, jump back. Here comes your guard and tackle. Look at David Deal and Rich Seibert getting out there, getting some blocks on the outside that allows Hakeem Nicks to get down the field.
Those big guys pretty athletic out there, Darryl.
That was impressive.
Yeah, that was nice. I mean, a little DB, them guys are a lot quicker than defensive backs.
Eli Manning 4 for 4 on this drive. He's hit 4 different receivers. Giants started back on their own 15. First and goal from the 6. Manning's throw is caught by Nicks, and he is in for the touchdown.
These are so hard to defend. We see him so much in the NFL, the back shoulder throw. And it's a great job between quarterback and receiver. A good job by Hakeem Nicks breaking the plane for the touchdown. Kareem Jackson, that's a tough spot. You're one-on-one. And this back shoulder fade, these throws that we're seeing between quarterback and wide receiver all over the league put so much pressure on the cornerbacks on the outside.
An 85-yard drive by the Giants, who sent out Lawrence Tynes with a new holder this week, Sage Rosenfels, replacing the rookie punter Matt Dodge, who has had some problems.
He has, and it probably bothers him more than his own punting.
So the Giants strike first here in Houston. 5th touchdown reception of the season for Hakeem Nicks. 7-0 lead for the Giants. We saw the Texans medical staff working on Andre Johnson's right ankle moments ago.
And that's a big loss if he's impacted in any way today. And if you feel that Darrelle Revis is the best cornerback in the NFL, and he talks about the people that he goes against from week to week, he had the highest acclaim for that man right there. And he works every snap. He is impressive to watch. And double cover him, hey, good luck. You know, he's going to go make some plays on you.
Slayton on the return. Penalty marker. Slayton down at the 21.
During the return, illegal block in the back, 51, return team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Darryl Sharpton. So the penalty will force the Texans back to their own 10. Andre Johnson back out on the field. Coming off his second consecutive 1,500-yard season. Foster the long back. On first down, Schaub hands it off to Foster, and he is met immediately in the backfield for a loss of 3 by Jonathan Goff.
That's the way you stop that zone running game, huh, Goose?
Absolutely, absolutely. Jonathan Goff just goes, sees the hole right off the bat, just comes and meets the running back right in the hole. Watch him right there, just attacks it, boom. I mean, you know, what he did was he pretty much baited him, making him think that there was an area to run. and then all of a sudden just comes and meets him up in the hole. That's one way to go and shut that run down.
Well, what you're going to get, Goose, you saw the corner blitz. The corner blitz, now the tight end has to eat them up. Now the wide receiver on the outside has to come all the way in for the linebacker. Good blitz right there by Perry Fuel.
Fuel, the Giants defensive coordinator, on 2nd and 13. Pass is caught by Daniels. And Owen Daniels shoved out of bounds at the 20-yard line, close to a first down, and he did pick up enough.
Good job by Matt Schaub right there. We've talked about being able to stay ahead of the chains. A big play by Jonathan Goff on first down. Puts him in 2nd and long, right where the Giants want to keep you. That's a nice pass right there to Owen Daniels to get that first down.
From the 20, off the play fake. Schaub fires downfield, and it is picked off. Picked off at the 40-yard line by Corey Webster, his first interception this season.
Well, that's one thing Matt Schaub can't do, is try to force the ball in there to Andre Johnson.
Well, you know, Tony, it's a play action, so this is going to be one-year shots down the field. It's going to be a dig route, the deep in. And you see Kevin Walter going up top. That's your deep element. Andre Johnson's supposed to come in back behind into that voided area.
Antrell Roll does a nice job, too, of getting depth and go and make that throw, not be able to go get right to the receiver.
Well, if you put it near Andre Johnson, he's not going to let Corey Webster make that interception, but that ball was thrown behind him by Matt Schaub.
Short field for the Giants, who lead 7-0. 3 wide receivers set from the Houston 40. Manning moving to his right, under pressure. He throws, and the catch is made at the 32-yard line by Travis Beckham. Gain of 8 as we check in on the Packers and the Redskins with Kirk.
The good before the bad for Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers hooking up on the 5-yard touchdown to Donald Lee. They take a 7-0 lead, but Lee had to leave the game with a shoulder injury. He was only in there because DeMichael Finley had to leave the game with a knee injury. Kenny Moose and Goose.
Thanks, Kurt. Donovan McNabb with some success against Green Bay. Redskins, Eagles, Giants, all 2-2 atop the NFC East. Brandon Jacobs picks up a Giants first down to the Houston 28. D'Amico Ryans on the tackle.
Well, that's a nice tackle by D'Amico Ryans. Brandon Jacobs is a big downhill runner, and they met man on man in the hole. Not a whole lot of forward progress by Brandon Jacobs after D'Amico Ryans hit him.
Ryans, a 2-time Pro Bowler, all-time leading tackler in the history of this Texans franchise. 3 receivers set. Jacobs in the backfield. Batting out of the shotgun on first down. And the slant is caught by Nix. Hakeem Nicks stays on his feet. He's inside the 10, the 5. And he is forced out of bounds inside the 1-yard line. 27-yard pass play.
I thought he could have got that one, Darryl.
Absolutely, Goose. His body can be outside as long as he drags his hand to the inside. Watch it change the direction after the catch, though. Foot in the ground, bye-bye. I'm going the other way. Keeps his feet. Now watch right here. Just dive. Put that ball inside the pylon. If he gets his feet off the ground and dives, he's out of bounds. Yeah. Stepped out.
Sean Andrews has come in for the Giants at left guard. First and goal from the 1. Brandon Jacobs. And he is in for the touchdown.
And sometimes, Tony, it's just a change of your frame of mind. And the season started off for Brandon Jacobs pretty trying. I mean, he was going to be the second back. He was going to be the changeup. He wasn't going to be the starter anymore with Ahmad Bradshaw coming in. It was going to be Ahmad Bradshaw, the starter, with Brandon Jacobs coming in as the changeup. I think he really kind of struggled with that, you know, early in the season. I think he's come to terms with it, and he's playing a heck of a lot better the last couple of games.
You know, Darryl, you know it's confidence. You know, as a professional player, you gotta have confidence. And I think last week, you know, Brandon Jacobs hit the bottom, and all of a sudden now he found what he needs to do. He's just got to get mad. You got to be mad out there. You can't play totally under control. You got to get mad as could be and find something deep inside. And that's the way he's running the ball right now. He's running mad, and that's what he has to do.
Well, guys, next week, a Fox NFL doubleheader. Lions visit the Giants. Falcons travel to Philadelphia. Saints take on the Buccaneers. Then in the second game, the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. It's all next week. Check local listings for the early game in your area right here on Fox.
Randy Moss against the Dallas Cowboys. He's had quite a few big games against the Dallas Cowboys, and a lot of those came when he was playing for the Minnesota Vikings.
Now back in Minnesota following the trade this week. Giants have taken a 14-0 lead coming into this game. They have scored 10 first-quarter points all season over the first 4 games.
Well, it was the physical mistakes, and this is a rhythm offense, and I'm not talking about timing, like, you know, 3-step drop and it's out, and that type of rhythm when you hear certain teams and their offenses talked about. For the Giants, it's a mix of pass and run, but there is a rhythm that they have to establish, and they've been able to do that on the the last 2 drives because they didn't have the physical mistakes.
Steve Slayton, penalty marker. Slayton down at the 23.
Holding, number 97, return team at the distance of the goal. First down.
That's Frank Okam as we check in on the Buccaneers and the Bengals with Kurt.
Terrell Owens over 200 receiving yards last week, off to a good start today against Tampa Bay. 43-yard touchdown in the first quarter, and the Bengals have a 7-0 lead. Getting the move from there.
All right, Kurt. Texans following the penalty during the return.
Aren't you supposed to slow down as a skilled player in the NFL when you get to Terrell's age?
Good shot on 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line. Oh, what an attempt by Jonathan Goff.
Yeah, I'm just a run stuffer at the middle linebacker position. I can't run with those athletic tight ends. Fooey on that. Here he is, going up against Noah Daniels, one of the more athletic tight ends in the NFL. Stride for stride, running with him. Good job when the ball arrives.
Kevin Walter in motion, 2nd and 10. Foster. Again, nothing. Justin Tuck made the tackle, so Arian Foster, AFC Offensive Player of the Month in September, led the league in rushing over the first 4 weeks. Not able to get on track so far today.
Well, they're making him change direction in the backfield. Arian Foster is a very, very good one-cut-and-go runner, and that's really a nice fit for what the Houston Texans do. That means he's going to get the ball, he's going to press the hole, and then he's going to make one cut and go. And right now the Giants are getting penetration and forcing him to make moves in the backfield.
They're really doing a great job, the Giants, of identifying running pass before it even happens.
3rd down at 11. Schaub in trouble, throws it away.
And again, the Giants are doing a really nice job defensively of staying ahead of the down and distance. They talked about being in 2nd and 7+ as opposed to second and 6 or less, and they're doing a great job. And now you get in the 3rd and longs, you can pressure the quarterback.
A first quarter to forget so far for the Houston Texans. 3 punts and a pick. Torque punting out of his end zone. There is another penalty marker on special teams, taken at the 43 by Raynaud, and he's tackled immediately. But we'll check out the flag.
Right now the big issue for the Giants on these special teams plays on their punt return, they're doing a good job on the outside. They're double teaming outside. There's Tom Quinn, the special teams coordinator, but they're inside guys. They're inside guys who get beat.
Holding, 23. Return team, 10-yard penalty. First down.
Corey Webster.
Go take a look on the outside. There's the double team on the outside. And, you know, as long as you don't take him to the ground, you play out there. There's a lot of things that the referees will look the other way for, but if he goes to the ground, they got to flag you.
Corey Webster with the pick earlier led to the Giants' 2nd touchdown. Go to NFL.com's Game Center for Week 5 live game stats, fan discussions, in-game video highlights, and more. Only at NFL.com/ scores.
Well, this Houston Texan defense needs a big play, and that was one of the things they said about Brian Cushing. He brings that attitude, that emotion that everybody can feed off. Right now, they've been getting pushed around on these last 2 drives. If that's what he is, if he's one of the emotional hearts of this defensive group, he needs to step up and make a big play right here, because the Giants have absolutely taken control of this game.
Giants continue to shuffle the offensive line. Sean Andrews now at right tackle. From their own 45, play action on first down. Manning, 7 straight completions, make it 8. Hakeem Nicks in Texans territory at the Houston 39, a 16-yard completion.
Actually, Sean Andrews, Kenny, playing the tight end position. So they're coming in, giving him that run look. Now all of a sudden, a little bit of play action off of that. Look at the separation, the timing on the throw. Hakeem Nicks off to a great start this afternoon.
His 4th catch of this first quarter. Manning, after starting the game 0 for 2, has hit on his last 8 attempts. From the 39-yard line on first down, Manning to the outside. And Hakeem Nicks made the catch.
Wow, they're giving him some big cushions, them wide receivers out there, huh, Darryl?
Yeah, it's some soft coverage right now, Tony.
I mean, they can't even make a play on the ball from how deep they are. I mean, look, he's 5 yards away from Hakeem Nicks right there. Glover Quinn, I mean, he's got to hug up a little bit.
Tom Coughlin happy with what he has seen over the first 15 minutes, with the Giants leading the Texans by the score of 14-0. We start the second quarter in Houston with the Giants leading the Texans 14-0. Giants on the move from the Texans' 32-yard line. Manning's pass is caught by Nicks. It is his 6th reception, and Darryl, on 10-10-10, October 10th, number 10 Eli Manning has completed 10 consecutive pass attempts.
It has to work that way. You can't script some of these things.
Tell you what, he has all day back there in the pocket to look downfield and find Nicks and whoever. I mean, he's not getting a lot of pressure from this Houston Texans defensive line at all. Looks like that Giants offensive line is finally gelled together, Darryl.
From the 18, Bradshaw. Inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. Ryans made the tackle.
Matt Bradshaw, if he had that one to do over again, I think he'd like to stay outside. Chris Snead's out in front of him. He's going to have pursuit from the inside out. And it even looked to me like Chris Snead had outside leverage on that play.
Timeout. Saw something he did not like. Uses the Giants' second timeout. 2nd down and 4 from the Texans' 12-yard line when we return to Houston.
Today's game is sponsored by the new Miller Lite Vortex bottle. Taste greatness. By Pizza Hut. Your favorite plays deserve your favorite pizza. Your favorite's your Pizza Hut. And by Lexus. This is the pursuit of tomorrow. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Yes, the Tailgaters here in Houston are ranked number 1 in the National Football League.
Oh, that's a nice mop going on that right there. Probably a little bit of little pork tenderloin.
Surprise Tony's inside. 2nd down and 4. Manning handed it off to Bradshaw. And he is tackled at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've talked about the handful of plays that need to be made during the course of the game to win. Sometimes it may be insignificant. Remember Chase Blackburn recovering this fumble? That's on the 15-yard line at 0-0. After that drive culminates with a touchdown to Hakeem Nicks. They go down the field on the next series, get another touchdown. They're poised inside the 15 to get another one. So at 0-0, Chase Blackburn with a big fumble recovery on the 15.
3rd down and 4. Manning fires to the end zone, wide open, touchdown. Hakeem Nicks, his 2nd today.
I think the Giants have done a great job right now with their game plan. They've stayed balanced with the run, even though they know the big plays are going to become available in the passing game. You have to have a mistake in your coverage to have Hakeem Nicks be that open on a red zone pass. I mean, that window was huge for Eli Manning to fit that ball in.
Nicks with 3 touchdowns week 1 against Carolina. He has 2 in the first half today. 6 on the season. And the Giants have stunned the Texans so far. They lead by 21. Hakeem Nicks with a pair of touchdowns for the Giants. Still 6 shy of their first half output from the first 4 games combined.
They are in a rhythm right now, and it's impressive to watch. And we haven't seen this for a while. I mean, it's been a concern for Giant fans. You know, last game, yeah, the defense played fantastic, but offensively they struggled a bit.
Giants' last 3 games, they did not score more than 17 points in any of the 3.
Struggled a little bit on special teams also.
Slayton cutting to his right.
Hey, there it is. I was going to say, we finally got one without a flag.
Flag came in at the end of the 25-yard return by Slayton.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, forced collar tackle, number 22, kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Ryan Jackson playing in his 2nd game after his recall from the practice squad. There it is.
It was one of those plays that's been put in for player safety. We've seen so many high ankle sprains come off that type of tackle. You get up around the collar and you pull him down. Tom Quinn may be fighting it right now, doesn't agree with it, but they will always err on the side of caution when it's in terms of player safety.
There have been a combined 5 penalties in the game. 4 of the 5 have come on special teams. So terrific field position for the Texans, who trail by 3 touchdowns. From the 45, here's Foster. Foster out to the 49-yard line. Gain of 4. That's his longest run of this game.
But when we started the broadcast, we talked about the Texans team that we've been waiting for the last couple of years. Is 2010 the year they've arrived? And they've been able to fight through things. They won at Washington down 17 in the 4th quarter. Last week against Oakland, with a lot of their key players out of the lineup, they found a way to win on the road. This is going to be a huge challenge for them to continue to take those steps down 21 to a good Giant team.
Play action on 2nd down. Schaub had to get rid of it. You saw Clint Simpson coming.
It seems like every time they're going to try and do something offensively, which we have seen work in past games, this Giants defense is in the perfect defense to defend that play.
They just have a pre-snap read of exactly what's going on. I mean, bringing the blitz at the right time, playing the run at the right time, bringing pressure. They've been right on every play.
3rd down and 7. Schaub complete to Walter for a Texans first down. Kevin Walter, drafted by the Giants back in 2003, picks up 9 to move the chains.
It was interesting to hear Andre talk about Kevin Walter. Also has a tremendous amount of respect for him. Thinks he's a very, very good receiver in the NFL. Just continues to get caught up in number games. Wherever he's been, there's been guys ahead of him. He hasn't been able to get the opportunity to be involved in the game plan as much.
7th round pick by the Giants, 3 years in Cincinnati. His 5th year here in Houston. Walter in motion. And the Giants 42 off the play fake. Schaub to the fullback, Conte Leach. And he's forced out of bounds by Roll at the 37-yard line after picking up 5.
When you play against the Houston Texans, you've heard Tony talk about the run-pass situation. Osi Umenyiora, you see him bite on the run. Now that makes it easy for Rashad Butler to wash him down to the inside.
Second down and 5 from the Giants' 37. Foster. Gain of just 1.
Stuff in that run.
Justin Tuck along with Rocky Bernard as we check in with Kurt.
Good news for the Rams is they kicked a field goal to tie the game with the Lions. The bad news is they had to kick off to the Lions after that. Stephon Logan takes it 105 yards back for a score. And just like that, Detroit's on top of the second quarter, 10-3. Kenny Moose and Goose.
Thanks very much, Kurt. Rams looking to win their 3rd consecutive game. The Texans right guard Mike Brizell shaken up.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Verizon, the official wireless service provider of the NFL.
Welcome back. Across the street from the Astrodome, Antoine Caldwell replacing the injured Mike Brizell. And right guard for the Texans, who trail 21-0. Empty backfield, 3 tight ends in the game. 3rd down and 4. There's one of the tight ends, Owen Daniels, who picks up by Houston, 1st down. Gain of 13.
Well, that's a nice job of getting down to take on Antrell Roll on that tackle. I thought he was going to be a little exposed. There's number 81, inside release. Quick move right there. Now watch him lower right there. A lot of times you catch that ball, and as you start to run, you'll rise up, and you take a big hit from the safety. Owen Daniels able to get down, lower his pad level.
Daniels' team leading 3rd reception. Andre Johnson still without a catch. From the 23-yard line on 1st down, pass was deflected, intended for Johnson.
Well, they had him open on the outside, but again, this is the 3rd one we've seen today. Tip pass by Chris Canty coming from the inside, comes up short. Soft coverage, they're going to get the ball to him quick. Everybody's coming.
Second and 10, Foster. Foster gains 3, so he now has 10 yards on the ground.
Antrell Roll does a great job on the backside of identifying run. He's all the way on the right side of your screen, right on this one. But it's amazing how he's waiting on the cutback. There he is, down at the bottom of your, to the right of your screen. Identifies run, knows that he's going to be looking for the cutback, and he's there to close off the gap for a great tackle. That could have been a big play if he didn't make that tackle.
7 carries, only 10 yards for Foster. 3rd down and 7. Texans empty the backfield. From the Giants' 20-yard line. Schaub. And that pass incomplete. So the Texans will send out the field goal unit.
This Texans offense just not in any type of rhythm right now. The Giants defense is doing a good job with everything. You heard Tony talk about Antrell Roll and being able to get down there, play the run. They've got good coverage on the outside.
This will be a 38-yard attempt for the former Bengal and Cardinal. And Turk places it down. Racker's kick is straight through. So the Texans are on the board. All Giants so far here in Houston. Goose, you had a chance before the game to chat with the 41st president.
Yes, I did. Just told him to enjoy the game and how he's doing. He said he's doing fine, and nice little chat there.
It's been a big sports weekend for the Bush family. His son, our 43rd president, attended the Texas Rangers Tampa Bay Rays game yesterday. The ALDS.
Well, we won't talk about that.
Rangers still up 2-1. Right on the return for the Giants. Stop just shy of the 20.
Well, guys, I don't see a flag down. This is a first.
But how about a pink limo, Tony?
There you go.
As we support the NFL's A Crucial Catch breast cancer awareness campaign. You can bid on authentic game day NFL pink products and experiences at NFL.com/auction. Proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society. It is Pink Ribbon Day here in Houston. Texans cheerleaders arriving in that pink limousine with pink boots and pink pom-poms as well. Many of the players
Texans!
once again
Woo, number one. Go
wearing
Texans!
pink cleats, shin straps, gloves.
We didn't have a flag down on that last kickoff, but we do have a player down.
It is Doran Dickerson, 7th round pick out of Goose's alma mater, University of Pittsburgh.
Let's not talk about Pittsburgh right now. Rough weekend for them.
Welcome back. 21-3 Giants. Fox tonight on our all-new Family Guy. Peter catches his father-in-law doing the unthinkable. Poor old Pop gets kicked out of the house. Now with the old man's life changed forever, there's only one man who can help him survive the single scene. Don't miss it. All-new Family Guy tonight at 9, 8 Central. Only on Fox. Pair of touchdown passes for Eli Manning. He has completed his last 11 attempts. His personal career high is 12. Both Jacobs and Bradshaw in the backfield. First and 10 from the 20-yard line as Manning throws. There is a flag. Hakeem Nicks, the intended receiver, 2 flags. Chris Snee without his helmet.
The Texans defense finally comes up and makes a play on Hakeem Nicks. He's going to have it to 2nd and 10. Let's see what this penalty is. See if they're going to give some yards right back to this New York Giant offense.
Not a smart play by Antonio Smith on that one.
It's an emotional game, and you have to play with emotion, but you have to play smart.
We have fouls on both teams. Illegal use of hands, 76. Offense. Personal foul, face mask. Defense, those penalties all set. We play first down.
I'm having a little bit of trouble with this year because there's been a lot of offsetting penalties, and I think that one team needs to be punished. And you've got illegal hands to the face. Now that's going to happen during the course of the game as part of it. But Antonio Smith right there is the one that carries it to the next level. I think you should just flag him. There's got to be some mechanism that's put in place where you're going to put one team at a disadvantage in that situation.
So offsetting penalties, it never happened.
Exactly. I mean, I don't understand it. I thought they were working on that in years past.
Here's Jacobs. Brandon Jacobs running hard. Out to the 27. Gain of 7. Bernard Pollard made the tackle.
That's power running right there, Darryl. Downhill, nice lean forward. Brandon Jacobs finds a nice small hole, goes, gets 7 yards. That's how he needs to run. Eli right now has a big smile on his face, 2nd and 3rd. Exactly where he wants to be.
Jacobs the lone back. Now Pasco shifts into the backfield. The handoff to Brandon Jacobs. And he rumbles forward and looks to have enough for a first down.
Well, we talked about Bernard Pollard early in the game when he put the big hit on Bear Pasco. He's got another opportunity right here on Brandon Jacobs in the hole. Comes down low, drops his head, and allows Brandon Jacobs to stumble for the yardage necessary for the first down.
Giants with a new set of downs from the 31-yard line. Play clock at 2. Fires downfield, intended for Steve Smith. No flags. Kareem Jackson on the coverage. Well, Dower, you were talking about the offsetting penalties. We welcome in from our Fox Command Center the former Vice President of Officiating, Mike Pereira. Mike, your thoughts on the subject?
Yeah, you know, I think Moose has got a good point. You know, you try not to offset, but really where they're working on that is dead ball penalties, dead ball fouls, not a live ball foul and a dead ball foul. Those are going to offset, but they've really tried to make that offsetting dead ball fouls go away and hold one team responsible.
I just think that, you know, it's called a penalty, so one team should be penalized for an infraction. And I know that one is during the course of the play, it's illegal hand to the face, but if you could ever get it, could you get a mechanism where the retaliation, even though it's in a dead ball situation, it gets enforced to kind of prohibit a guy like Antonio Smith losing his composure for a second?
Yeah, you know, I think you'd like to talk about that and see if you could, but I don't think you can in one foul occurring in one segment of the play and then another foul occurring in another segment. You know, if they're both live, yeah, you do the offset, and maybe you've got great reason for that. But one live, one dead, I think you've got to penalize both, and I just don't see really offsetting dead ball foul penalties. That's the one to me that you got to look at and catch the guy that's responsible for it.
All right, thanks very much, Mike. We appreciate it. Manning's pass incomplete on 3rd down and 9, intended for Hakeem Nicks. So Matt Dodge and the punting unit come out.
I think, Darryl, we got enough penalties and rules in this league. You know, it was pretty tough when we took another look at that right after Mike Pereira talked. You know, there was a face mask on both guys, so I think that it was offsetting was the right call.
Dodge punting, ending the Giants' streak. They have scored touchdowns on their last 3 possessions. Another penalty marker. David Anderson on the return. Out to the 37-yard line, 48-yard punt, 18 on the return by Anderson.
And that's been Matt Dodge's problem, not the distance. You heard, you know, it's a 48-yard punt. It's the hang time. It's just there's no carry to that ball. It's getting down there too quick, and his coverage team doesn't have the time to get to the returner.
Holding number 59 of the kicking team. That 10-yard penalty will be added on from the end of the run. First down.
Michael Boley. Their special teams coordinator, Tom Quinn. Yet another penalty committed by the Giants on special teams.
Well, very similar to last drive. You know, they gave them a 15-yard penalty at the end of the change of possession to give Houston good field position. They're doing it again right here.
So the Texans again with terrific field position. They will start from their own 47-yard line. Gary Kubiak searching for answers. Giants took a 21-0 lead. Texans with a field goal on their last possession. On first down, off the play fake. Shot to the fullback, Vontae Leach. 4 flags at the end of the play. Gain of 12 by Leach.
Illegal block in the back. Number 80, offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
There's Andre Johnson right there trying to get to the front of Corey Webster. Can't get it. You got to pull off. We saw one earlier in the game on a punt return situation. I like the hustle. I like the effort. He's always working, but you also have to be smart. If the guy's put himself in a position where the only way you can get a piece of him, you know you're going to get a flag on the play, then you just got to trust it. Vontae Leach, he's not going to get any more yardage on that play, whether you push Corey Webster in the back or not. So just be smart while you're hustling.
First down and 7 following the penalty from midfield. Job to the air on first down, and that one is batted by Barry Cofield. fourth ball the Giants have gotten a hand up on.
Well, one of the big things that happens in this offense is the majority of the balls are thrown from numbers to numbers. There's not a lot of outcuts. There's not a lot of vertical routes down the field in between the numbers and the sidelines. So coming into this game, the Giants knew that as we work upfield to pressure Matt Schaub, if we can get our hands up, we've got a good chance to bat balls down because they like to attack the middle of the field, from the numbers to the numbers.
Those inside guys are doing a really good job. Rocky Bernard, Canny, Cofield, inside of getting push to where they can go and get to those balls also.
Foster unable to turn the corner on 2nd and 7. He is knocked out at the 49, a loss of a yard.
All right, Tony, you're going to think I'm crazy right now, but what I'm suggesting is to take out the leading rusher in the NFL right now.
I know exactly where you're going. Go ahead.
The Giants defense has got this running game schemed so well that what Houston needs to do is get into their man scheme that they carry, where they're pulling people and they're trying to punch a hole into the defense, and that suits Derek Ward better than it suits Arian Foster.
And I'm sure Derek Ward is ready to go against his old teammates here.
Exactly.
Coming off a terrific game in Oakland last week, when Foster was benched for much of the first half. Schaub under pressure from Umenyiora and Jason Pierre-Paul. The pass is caught by Anderson, but he is brought down at the line of scrimmage as Umenyiora helps Schaub back up, and the Texans once again will punt. There's Derek Ward.
Even with a good field position, not able to get anything going here. And again, there's Osi. Osi's coming in. He's got hands up. If you throw it, I'm going to knock it down. If you keep the ball held loose, I'm going to swat it away from you.
Justin Tuck does a great job of identifying a little screen to the outside. Covers that very, very well.
Fourth punt by Turk. Here in the first half, fair catch. Called for, and then Reynaud lets it go, and it stays out of the end zone. Terrific job by Turk. Giants will start from inside their own 3. Well, this is the 9th season of the Texans franchise. Oilers last season in Houston, 96. Texans beat the Cowboys. You remember that, Darryl, in their first game. Super Bowl was played here in 04. Gary Kubiak took over in 2006. Matt Schaub came over from Atlanta the next year, and the Texans have yet to reach the postseason. They came close last year, finished 9-7. There's Bob McNair, their owner, sitting with President Bush. Texans missed out due to a tiebreaker following their 4-game winning streak at the end of last season.
And when we talked to the players on the Texans team, they said one of the reasons that they've started out so strongly this year is the way they finished last year. You know, gaining that confidence. They went back and talked about that win against the Patriots, down 14. They're going to need some of that magic here today. They've digged themselves into a pretty good hole.
Here's Ahmad Bradshaw. He found a hole after the Giants once again used Sean Andrews as an extra blocker. Bradshaw takes it out to the 11, a gain of 8.
Brian Cushing needs to keep his shoulders square to come back out. Watch right here. He has the play. Boom. Keep coming. Ahmad Bradshaw does a nice job of getting away. Cushing keeps going, though, and makes the play downfield. But he could have made that play on the line of scrimmage.
Cushing returning following a 4-game suspension. Tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. 2nd down and 2. Bradshaw. Close to a first down. Our yellow line, of course, unofficial. Zach Giles made the tackle. Come the chains. The National League Championship Series will get underway right here on Fox Saturday night. Phillies with a 2-0 lead on the Cincinnati Reds. Giants and Braves tied at 1 game apiece. Series winners will move on. Giants move the chains, says Walt Coleman.
I enjoy talking to Tom Coughlin. I love his perspective on a game, and he exudes confidence. You leave that meeting yesterday, and having watched this Houston Texan offense, you know, during the course of the first 4 games, you're kind of like, wow, you know, what do you do to stop it? And just the way he breaks down everything. I mean, there is no stone left unturned in his preparation for the game.
Gary Kubiak with a lot of respect for Tom Coughlin. Watched what he did with an expansion team in Jacksonville, reaching the championship game year 2. Manning to Steve Smith. Gain of 5 out to the 18. Brought down by Kareem Jackson, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
When this Giant offense is in their rhythm and they're firing on all cylinders, it's methodical. They're in that zone right now. I mean, Eli Manning, complete control right now, confidence in everything they're doing.
Texans use their first timeout.
And it was a sluggish start for the Giants. A couple physical mistakes early on, but boy, did they catch fire quick. Hakeem Nicks just very impressive to start this game. Brandon Jacobs gets the second touchdown. There's Hakeem's second. Had to be a missed coverage by the Houston Texans. You can't let Hakeem Nicks get that open in the back of your end zone. Kevin Gilbride, a great game plan this afternoon against this Texans defense.
And a familiar face in this city, many years with the Houston Oilers staff. Second down and 5. From the 18-yard line, off the play fake. Manning's throw is caught by Smith. Nice adjustment. And Steve Smith makes the catch for a first down, gain of 17.
Eliminates any doubt right there. Steve Smith, great job getting down, cradling that ball, getting your arms underneath so it can't hit the grass.
Coming off his first Pro Bowl appearance, 107 receptions last year. We approach the 2-minute warning. Giants keep it on the ground on first down with Bradshaw. And Bob Bradshaw stays on his feet, picks up another Giants first down to the 49-yard line. Bradshaw gains 14, and that takes us to the 2-minute warning here in Houston with the Giants leading the Texans by 18. Good first half for the New York Giants here in Houston. 235 yards of offense. 2 touchdown passes for Eli Manning. He completed 11 consecutive pass attempts earlier. Giants with 1 timeout. First and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Manning with time. Now fires downfield. And it's dropped by Nicks.
Darryl, can you cover somebody? Maybe I can get you a job. Because the Texans aren't covering anybody.
I can't cover Hakeem. I don't know what Kareem Jackson is doing. When he bails, he slows down. Troy Nolan, they are so out of sync right now. Now they've got a lot of youth in the secondary, but in my opinion, you're looking for reasons why things aren't working right now. Because yeah, they're young, but we're not saying there's 4 rookies across the board back there. Kareem Jackson's a rookie, but they've got some experience. That's just simple cover 2. You can't miss that.
Second and 10, inside handoff. Bradshaw breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and is down at the 46 after gaining 5. So third down and 5 coming up for the Giants. Clock continues to run. There's Hakeem Nicks. 7 receptions, 2 touchdowns today. Third down and 5. Manning again with time over the middle. It's caught by Boss. It will depend on forward progress. Look to pick up the first down. He did at the Houston 40.
I don't know, Tony. I think you got to start doing something to get Eli Manning out of his rhythm right now. It's a critical 3rd and 5 snap, and they're rushing 4. They haven't gotten there yet this afternoon.
Not even threatening with a 5th guy, or the linebackers were 6 yards deep. You know, Eli's not dumb. He just sees that he's going to have all day and takes his time.
Again, Manning with time, and this one is deflected. Cushing got his hands on it. So the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining. Coming up, the Visa halftime report with Kirk, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. They'll be along with scores and highlights, and the Fox Sports ticker will have all the latest stats. And congratulations to Michael Strahan, inducted into the Giants Ring of Honor.
Ooh, there's a big one for the Giants. David Deal limping off the field right now. Will Beatty's already down. Sean Andrews is going to kick out to left tackle.
Second down and 10. Manning to Kevin Boss once again. Dragging, pushing with him. Finally down at the 32, a gain of 8.
Now they got a little bit of work at this during the course of the week because of Adam Coates being out. They kicked everybody down. They kicked David Deal into guard, kicked Rich Seibert into center, and Sean played left tackle a couple of snaps at practice this week, but he's going up against Mario Williams. We'll see how he gets out of that back pedal right here.
Third down and 2. Manning looking for Smith. And there's a flag at the 23-yard line.
Holding, 29. Defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's on Glover Quinn. Giants still with one timeout, 13 seconds remaining in the half. Line of scrimmage now the Houston 27. Three wide receiver set. Manning looking, now he throws out of bounds. Game makes the intended receiver. 7 seconds on the clock. And Tom Coughlin will send out Lawrence Tynes and the field goal unit.
Yeah, not taking any chances here. 7 seconds. You're kind of right on that cusp of being able to get it into the end zone and still have a tick left on that clock to be able to line up and do your field goal.
Sage Rosenfels, the former Texan, the new holder for the Giants today, will place it down at the 35-yard line from the left hash, a 45-yard attempt. Tynes just 3 for 6 this season. From 45, his kick is good. So Tynes working with the new holder, connecting from 45 yards out, extending the Giants' lead. So a great job by the Giants offense today, and the defense picking up where they left off a week ago.
I'm worried about stopping that run game. When you stop the run game, we're worried about sacks after that.
Every game is a little bit different from week to week in the NFL. Against the Giants, I'm sure that Giant defense felt they were going to generate some sacks against Chicago, but today they knew they had to stop the run. And if they could shut down that run and make this team one-dimensional, it was going to pay huge dividends. Justin Tuck knew the importance of that, and they have done exactly that this afternoon. Arian Foster, 8 carries, 9 yards. Your NFL's leading rusher, they have just absolutely taken him out of the game. That's impacted Andre Johnson. They haven't been able to get him involved. 0 catches. If you were to tell me that at halftime, this Houston Texan offense, Arian Foster would have less than 10 yards rushing and Andre Johnson would have no catches, I think you were crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
75 total yards, Goose.
And this defense, you know, for the New York Giants, has to go in at halftime and say, you know what, guys, in this second half, we're up by 3 touchdowns. Let's pin our ears back like we did last week, and let's go after the quarterback. And that's exactly what they're going to have to do.
Still 1 second on the clock after Earl Mitchell fell on the football. What has Arian Foster done this season? Well, he rushed for 231 opening weekend against the Colts, 106 against the Cowboys, 131 last week in Oakland, even though he was benched for most of the first half. But as you said, Darryl, today against this Giants defense, 8 carries, 9 yards.
And that's the thing. Last week, you know, late start in that Oakland game, but still came out and had almost 200 yards of offense by the end of the day. Gary Kubiak has to just be blindsided by this outcome in the first half too. I don't you have confidence in your team. This team has played well. They've shown that they can fight through adversity during the first 4 games of the season. He could not have expected a first half like this.
Wins over the Colts and Redskins to start the season. And for the Giants, a terrific first half. Eli Manning, a pair of touchdown throws to Hakeem Nicks. Manning 15 of 22. Giants lead 24-3. Stay tuned. The Visa Halftime Report is coming up after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. In Houston, where we get set for the second half. Giants leading the Texans 24-3. Kenny Albert along with Darryl Johnston. Big first half for the New York Giants on both sides of the football.
I didn't see this one coming, Kenny. I really didn't. I really thought that the Houston Texans offense was going to be able to put some points on the board against this Giant defense, and not really because of their passing game, which obviously was probably going to make them nervous with the performance against the Bears last week, but the running game has just been taken away. Justin talked about it coming into the game before kickoff. We've got to stop the run and then feed from that. This Giant offense has just really found its rhythm today. They really struggled in their game last week against the Bears, but not today. This afternoon, they've been able to take the ball down the field on long drives, take advantage of field position from turnovers. They've done everything right this afternoon.
Giants drove 85 yards for their first touchdown. They scored touchdowns on 3 consecutive possessions. Darius Raynaud on the return. Raynaud out to the 24 as we check out the first half numbers.
Well, I think the one that's going to jump out to you right away is the rushing yards. 8 rushing yards for the Houston Texans. This is the #1 rushing team in the NFL, and then everything's going to be a consequence of that. Just have not been able to establish any rhythm. Only the 1 turnover, but the Giants made him pay for that. Arian Foster just not able to get on track during the course of that first half. Gary Fuell's game plan. He seems to have called the right defense at the right time with what the Houston Texans offense was going to do.
David Deal has not returned to the field. Giants Pro Bowl left tackle.
That's why you need to go back.
So Sean Andrews remains in the game. And Zach Dials, along with Sean Cody, combines to stuff Ahmad Bradshaw on his first down run. And now on the second play, David Deal checks back into the game. David Deal has never missed a game since entering the league. He's never missed a start. 116 in a row. Manning to the air on second down, complete to Bradshaw out of the backfield. And Ahmad takes it out just shy of the 30.
And Ahmad Bradshaw does a nice job. He knows that David Deal, he's out there. He's not 100% right now. On your way out, give your guy a little bit of a chip. He's going against Mario Williams anyway. It doesn't slow you down. It actually helps your timing. Watch as he releases wide here. Just give your guy a little bit of a bump. Shorten that corner. Let him get back on track. Put you in the right position.
He does a great job, too, in open space and making some great cuts and getting upfield and getting those extra yards. Nice cut right there. Another one, and then just vertical. Get upfield. Get as many yards as you can.
4th down and 4. Manning from the shotgun. Manning throws and some miscommunication with Mario Manningham.
Mario Manningham coming to the inside. Eli Manning expecting him to continue down the field on a go route. Little exchange on the release.
That's what the Texans need to do. A little bit more man pressing up on the line of scrimmage. And just try and slow those receivers down and give that defensive line a little bit of time to get some pressure in Eli's face.
Good kick by Dodge. Nowhere to go for Anderson. Terrific coverage. 50-yard punt.
Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By GMC. It's GMC Truck Month. If you've got work to do, there's no better truck than the GMC Sierra. By Sprint, the Now Network. And by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
All right, everybody in Kansas City and the Carolinas, don't take this personally, but we can barbecue down here in the state of Texas.
Oh, they take it very serious now. Them people who were out there early this morning, starting their wood, their charcoal. I mean, they know how to tailgate down here in Texas.
Goose is right out there with them. Texans start from their own 17-yard line. More pressure on Schaub. This time from Dave Tollefson.
Still no rhythm for this Texans offense. You know, trying to start the second half like they started the game with a screen. Chris Canty sees it coming. He's going to have it covered if Dave Tollefson doesn't knock Matt Schaub to the ground anyway.
It's like they abandoned the run game, Darryl. Something that is a no-no. They got to come out here and establish that. You know, you talked earlier about maybe, you know, Arian Foster giving him a little bit of a break, trying to get Derek Ward in there and change it up a little bit, try and spark something on this offense. But right now they have nothing going.
Second and 10, off the play fake to Foster. Schaub going deep to Andre Johnson. His first catch today in Giants territory. Down to the Giants 35, a 48-yard pass play.
Well, they got a little spark now. Hopefully they can light a fire, Darryl.
Comes across in motion, but you're still going to have two guys on him. Running inside, outside, but he splits right between a great position with the ball by Matt Schaub. Drops it right in the top.
Derek Ward in the backfield for the Texans. From the Giants 35, Schaub had the ball knocked loose. And it is scooped up by Justin Tuck. The second Texans turnover today.
Talked about that defensive line and the way they go and attack the ball.
They're not looking for sacks, Goose. They're looking for turnovers. If you're sloppy with it, they'll take it away from you.
Given you're the strip, Tuck the recovery.
Well, the
73
premium
is an eligible receiver. Number 73 is eligible.
The premium in the NFL is always on protection. It's the open end. There's OCU Manure getting it. There is no tuck rule because it wasn't a reset. It was the initial movement forward. The only tuck rule involved in that is Justin Tuck and this Giants defense are ruling the game defensively.
Umanuro's second sack, his fourth forced fumble of the season. Manning can't find anyone downfield. He's down at the 44, gain of 3.
Looked like Ahmad Bradshaw out there when he jumped back inside, Goose.
Yeah, that, you know, he tried to cut there. I mean, let's take a look. Let's evaluate this right here. He's running to the outside. He stopped a little bit and got it going, and I'm going down. I mean, that's a smart job by Eli Manning, and, you know, he gave it his all.
Second down and 7. The toss to Brandon Jacobs, penalty marker, as Jacobs loses a yard.
Personal foul, leg whip, 61, offense. 15-yard penalty, still second down.
Center Adam Coates.
That's old school.
Yeah, down on the ground, or, you know, all of a sudden you're blocking somebody and you see a linebacker blitzing or somebody coming by you, and you stick your leg out and you right here, look how he blocks. Oh, that's a leg whip. Yeah. You can't go down like that and try to block somebody and whip your leg around. That's a definite penalty. I don't know what the coach is all upset about.
What does that feel like, Goose, on the receiving end?
Yeah, that's not good, man. That's not fun, and you try and straighten that out on the next play. We'll see what happens here.
Coach got him a leg up on Earl Mitchell. Second down and 21. Manning dumping it off to Kevin Boss. And Boss takes it out to the 49-yard line before he was tackled by Brian Cushing, a gain of 7.
Adam Coates almost does it again. Downfield blocking on the screen. He misses his blocker, comes up with his leg again. Surprised he didn't get back-to-back leg whipping calls.
Well, that was a good job by Brian Cushing right there, because there was 3 Giants out there. He was the only one in the open field. He was able to fight his way through and get the tackle.
That's 61 right here. Coach comes with that leg again.
Wow.
I mean, you can't leg whip like that. That should have been called there also.
It's a simple laws of gravity, Goose. When that top heavy thing goes down, the legs just happen to kick back up.
3rd down and 14. Manning in trouble, chased by Cushing. And the pass is picked off by Sherrick McManus. The rookie 5th-round pick out of Northwestern, his first NFL interception.
Eli should have threw that ball away. He had the pressure with Cushing on him. Made a bad decision of throwing the ball downfield on the run right here.
Eli Manning throughout his career makes some pretty incredible throws from awkward spots, but rolling to your left, right-handed quarterback back into the middle of the field, you're not going to get a lot of zip on that ball. Sherrick McManus does a great job at just jumping it. You're absolutely right, Tony. Just throw that one away.
One thing also, the Texans on defense, and we'll get back to it when they get back on defense, running a lot of games up front. It's slowing that pass rush down.
Now the toss, it's Steve Slayton. And Slayton takes it into Giants territory, his first carry today. Lead rusher for the Texans each of the last 2 seasons.
Looks like they made a change there, Darryl. You know, with Arian Foster and putting Slayton in, but still wondering whether they're going to go with Derek Ward.
It gives you some speed. That's a change up with Steve Slayton.
We saw Ward in for one play earlier when Schaub threw the pick. The slant complete to Kevin Walter for a Texans first down. As we check in once again with Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles. Kurt?
The Cleveland Browns trying to hold on against the Falcons. Seneca Wallace left the game with a knee injury. Atlanta's quarterback, no problem. Matt Ryan hooking up with Roddy White. 45 yards on the score, and Atlanta leads 13-10. Kenny Moose and Goose, I don't know why people want to talk about Roddy White more.
What a play he made, Kurt, last week, knocking the ball away from Nate Clements after a pick. To preserve that victory for the Falcons over the 49ers. Penalty marker as the pass is knocked away by Corey Webster from David Anderson.
There's got to be a hold on this one. That was great play action. There's got to be a defensive holding. I mean, everybody was chasing the run flow.
Personal foul, crackback, 85. Offense, 15-yard penalty. First down.
It's on the tight end, Joel Dreesen.
Well, great action here. I really expected to see a hold at some point. Look at all the movement they get going the other direction. It looks like Joel Dreesen came from the outside the formation. Number 85. That means he's going to come down and crack. You can't go down to the legs of the defensive lineman outside on the edges.
Now Schaub going deep for Johnson. Just out of his reach.
Kind of the story of the day right now for this Texans offense, just a little bit out of sync.
Looks like that ankle. Tell you what, I thought he had a chance of getting this ball. Looks like he slowed down there after he came out of his break. Yeah.
Andre Johnson, 1 reception today. 48 yards, has been thrown to 7 times.
That's what you do. When you've got a player like Andre Johnson, you have to throw him the ball. We hear so many big-time receivers for teams, and they're not able to get him the ball. But Matt Schaub has the confidence to throw it to Andre Johnson.
Now Schaub on second down. Taking it down to the 43 is Johnson on his second reception. Gain of 7.
See right now there's already a sense of urgency with this Houston offense. They're in kind of that little, it's not a 2-minute situation, but there's a little bit more of a tempo. Yeah, you know, shorter huddle step. You're going to try and get in and out of the huddle a little bit quicker to preserve some of that time as you move into the 4th quarter.
All right, Cofield came across.
Offside, 96, defense, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Trying to get a little jump on the snap right here. Good job by Matt Schaub drawing him off, too. Watch his hands. Body language like he's going to receive the ball. Cofield, that's tough to stop right there.
3rd down and 13. Schaub's pass is caught by Owen. Nope. Looked like Daniels had it. Then took a big hit from Thomas, so Daniels unable to hang on.
That one floated out there a little bit late because of the pressure as Matt Schaub slides to his left. Owen Daniels, number 81, going to help out, give him a little bit of a chip. Owen, help your guy out. That slows you down. That way you don't take that big hit from Terrell Thomas. If you're going out to the left side against OCU Minora on the open end, just give him a little shoulder. Shorten that, or make him go back inside off your tackle.
Turn punting from midfield.
Now he didn't reestablish himself back in the field of play. He went into the end zone, but he didn't get 2 feet down. Now that ball didn't go into the end zone, and they're going to complain about it. But Antoine Molden has to actually get both feet down on the ground before he can touch that ball. You're going to see he's in the end zone right now. He's got to reestablish himself. At that point, he could have touched it.
Good call by the officials. Giants will start from their own 20.